Welcome back to the Glaze Studios oil painting tutorial. I'm Gomati Sivasankaran. We are in class 28 of the large canvas painting, Ardhanareeshwarar painting, half man, half woman, the completion of masculine and feminine energies, the completion of universe. So this is the layer 5. And let's just quickly go over what we have done so far. We started with layers 1, which was a wash on the canvas, and then layer 2 was blocking, layer 3 was a little bit of dimension, and then layer 4 was a little more, giving the depth and the dimension, and layer 5 is working on the nuances. Even at layer 5, we had corrections to do. We did, and I did a lot of correction in the last session when we worked on the line. um, and today's session is going to be about the snake. And we will, once we are done with the snake, we will move around in areas, sections like the hair, and the jewellery, and every section, checking every section for its completion. Yeah, moving around, and let's see how far we go on with today's session. We want to target completing the key characters and all the objects, tools that they have with them first. And once we are complete with that, then it's time for us to go for the background. Yeah, so that's how we are going to focus on the upcoming session. So let's focus on the snake today. I'm going to bring the camera to the front, and also needing to bring the canvas up close exactly to the area where you can see um, the beautiful snake. So what we have is that we did build on the pattern in the last layer. There is a pattern there, but it is still not looking like, there is what do you call it? You have to imagine it like a tube, isn't it? So we need to create a little bit of impact for that animal to have it shown perfectly. That's one. And we are missing a little more on the darker, lighter tonalities. Yeah, we could work a little more on that. I'm going to rely on burnt umber as usual, and an ivory black for the darkness. And yes, there is yellow ochre, and I do have some yellow from the last session. I want to mix that and see how things go, and see if I could create a lighter variation. Yeah, so I want to experiment that and see how that works. I think that is pretty much it. I'm not going to have the tongue coming out or teeth showing in the animal. Most of the time it's shown like that. And like I said, the animal as such, snake, doesn't just go around, opening its fang and opening its teeth and so on all the time. It is a very sensitive animal. It only does it for a purpose, or when it is really, mad, because somebody is, something is disturbed it heavily. So it has to be in the attack position. So it doesn't make sense that we show him angry all the time. We will just have to, put him politely and respectfully there. So no tongue and no teeth showing for the snake. That's how it's going to be. Yeah. With that said, I think I'm going to jump right into the colors. Let me just move the camera down so the focus goes on to the palette. Yeah, good. So right now, So that's how we are doing. Okay. And I'm going to take a little bit of this yellow that I have, and I want to blend it with the yellow ochre and build a. I don't want a yellowy tonality, but something on the lighter side. So something like this. We already used cadmium orange in the layer, one of those layers. I do not want to use it again. It helped, I think, to create that character. That is fine, but I don't want to use it again. So I want to have this color ready, and to this I will add titanium white to have a lighter version of it also ready. So there is lighter and darker versions of it ready, and and we do have burnt umber and uh, ivory black. So this is enough, and I'm going to move to the brush number one, tiny brush number one or brush zero, whatever is working fine. So let's move back to the canvas now, focusing back on the canvas slightly. Closer here. Yes. So the logic is that we need to have, um, if it is like a tube, you want to have a portion that is coming towards you and the portion that is going in circle that is, behind. So you want to create that circular kind of impact. So that's the target. And to that, I want to use the lightest tonalities that we have mixed for what is here in the front. I'm using the same pattern, so it's just over that pattern that I'm filling. Hmm. So it's over the fat pattern and it is almost complementing what we have. So it isn't really going away from that cadmium orange that we did. It's closer, so it's helping. No big deal. And let's test it. How does it work when we do the darker tonalities and so on. So I'm going to take the darker of that to go over the last pattern on the top. So that's darker. hmm Now we'll rely on a bit of burnt umber mixed with black to go over the darkest of that area. So I'm just gonna do that, but I need to be careful because I don't want it to blend with too much with that. So it turns out to be, a part of the hair. Yeah, I want it to look different. So I'm just letting it go on and blend in a bit with what I have done. So that is kind of helping me create that effect. And I will use the black and burnt umber to go over the section underneath. Yeah. So I'm checking how this section is versus what we have here. Yeah. This one seems to be slightly coming to the front. It isn't totally coming to the front, and I can tell why, because there is a need of a little more of lightening in the center zone. And for that, I'm going to, I think I can rely on the same brush to just lightly, ever so lightly add up the white, and bring the highlight in that area. So you don't want it to show totally whitey, but you're just highlighting that, um, one of the pattern, the this pattern that is close to you, this section in the tube or in the circle. Yeah. So that's what. So I just tested this bit. It is working. Yeah, maybe not too great, but it is working to start with. Yeah, so I guess I will go with that. Uh, all right. So, the logic is that I'm using the lighter tonalities and even lightening it up even further with a little bit of titanium white, in the sections where I wanted to show that it is really coming towards us, close to us. And the ones that are darker, I am playing safe with the burnt umber black. Yeah. So I think this is fine now. Yeah. So this pattern is working. So I'm going to repeat this pattern here in the other three sections and also in the hood. Wiping off the brush will help, I think. Let's start with the lighter tonality first. Okay, the lighter tonality, there is only in this circle, there are only two spaces, two pattern spaces here for me. So it's really easy to maneuver through and do that. Okay, yes. Just like the way we did the dots in the Rudraksha Mala, so we didn't have to do too much of painting on it. There's just a tinge of white that we added to show the shine or something, yeah. So you're going to do something similar to the snake's pattern also, huh? Yes. So I did the lighter tonalities in all these three rings, 3.5 rings. So right now I'm using the lighter tonality here on the hood. Mhm. Right. And I think I will go with the lighter tonality also on his head. Okay. So time for the darker tonalities to go in. Starting at the top here. Okay. Also, on the side of the hood, I want it to be slightly darker. Mhm. Let's now come back to the burnt umber mixed with black. Okay, so this is going to be that nice little section here. Okay. Being very careful here because it's just blending in super fast. Yeah, I think I need to do the same on the other sides also. I haven't done it. Okay, here. Mm-hmm. Nearly there. With these three, I need to add the titanium white highlight, but we'll do it in a short while from now. I'm just going to continue working on this darker section here and creating that nice effect. Mhm. Right there, right there, right there, and right there. Yeah. Also remembering the central area here on the hood. You want that highlight to be looking nice. Mhm. So give it that effect. Yes. And on the other side as well. Yes. And here we want to give the central, there is some kind of darkness here in the hood that I would like to put in. So I have just done that, not too much, but ever so lightly. Going to go ahead and work on the contour of the animal, the eye. Okay, the eye, we haven't done much on the eye, but I would like to do a small little thing there. I'm going to take titanium white in the tip and put a dot there. So you can see that there, yes, the eye also. And then also a lip line to his, yeah. So here you go. He has this eye and the lip line also there. Yeah. Yes. Okay. Mm. Easy looking, happy. That's a strong lip line. So let's just adjust it one more time. Yes. Okay, fair enough. So he has something here going. A black dot also. So there is white and black dot. So very, very minute things. Maybe you cannot see that in that great detail, but it's just that, giving him kind of edge now. Yeah. Now it's time for the white highlights. Do we do that? So yes, we need to. I'm going to take titanium white a bit on the tip of my brush and go over and just give the slight little highlights there. Okay. It's not pure titanium white. Remember, whenever I say I'm also mixing a tiny bit of yellow ochre or something there, so it's, or whatever is there in the brush also gets mixed there. I prefer that it doesn't have the pure titanium white effect. In here, where do we give the highlight? It's on his forehead a little bit. And then also on the hood itself, isn't it? So just adding a bit of white here. Not too much, tiny bit on the pattern. Yeah. I guess this is fine. It's at least helping in the process to give a slight bit of effect. Yeah, if not too much. Okay, I think this is fine. And we are now ready to start working on set by set, in each and every section. Let's start with the Ganges. Or do we do the hair first? Yes, it makes sense. Let's do the hair first because it's the darkest portion and we have already, a lot of burnt umber and so on. I have burnt umber mixed with ivory black, the darkest of the tonality, ready. So I'm going to go with that to do the contours ever so lightly to make sure that the contours are right in both the cases. Yeah. So working on the contours now. Because the last time that we worked on the layers, maybe we would have smudged something there. So if such things are there, we want to remove that. So I'm just removing, I'm doing the contours nicely, leaving it like that here. And also underneath the crown, I want it to be even darker. So I'm adding that ivory black. Yeah, good. And then let's do the other side of the contour here. Yes, there is this contour starting from the top. Mhm. Refine it. Yes. Add some darkness in the inner ring here. And also the ear. Oh, okay. I wanted to do, I remember that, I had in mind that I would adjust the ear a little bit because it was too big here on this side. So I'm using that to correct. hmm The section's done. Then the contour here left over, coming down towards his shoulder here. Nice. Okay, so the contours are refined now, and what I want to make sure is that I'll take a little bit more of burnt umber, blend that in here. And I will go over and do the finesse here, do a bit of shading here. It's all dark, but it is okay. Um, and this hat texture has to be slightly different in both the cases. Yeah, we want to. I'm just filling in now. And I think we did the hair texture a little bit in the last layer, but let's refine it a little more now. So if I have to take that and start working again on her face, the hair, the baby hair, or the curls in the hair, and so on. I wanted to do that. So that's done. Mm-hmm. Okay, here also I am filling in just right because I'm going to take another tonality that we haven't used on the hair now. So that is, you can use what we did with the yellow ochre mixed with the little bit of yellow that we used for the snake. It's also a good combination to try to give the matted effect, yeah, for his hair. His hair is matted. Sorry. So I just want to give a very slight stroke here. So this is helping us build that hair texture and show that it is complicated. Yeah, why is it matter he doesn't take his bath frequently? He he prefers the cold place where he lives, which also gives him the opportunity to take bath on a huge water body, and he does that twice a year. I'm told. I don't know. I have not seen him do that. So just remember the matted hair and blend that in. You don't want it to exactly look like the color of the skin of the snake. So I'm just blending that in here. So that helped here. I'm just using that to blend it in and to lighten in some of the places on the top of the hair that he has. Okay, so I guess this is fine. So it looks like some waves of hair. It doesn't really look totally pronounced. There are very thin strokes there. Yeah. No strong pronouncing roots there. Now I come back to taking some more white into the same brush, lightening it up, and getting it ready for Shakti's side. I want to have nice curls. And again, very light strokes. So it doesn't really look strongly pronounced in any section. If I have to really show you what I am doing, I can do an example with white. So I'm trying to build a curl like this. But this I'm not doing so strongly. I'm doing it very lightly, so you might not see it clearly there. I'm just trying to build some nice curls like this in her hair. Yeah. So I will try to blend it in. I didn't mean to do it like that. I just wanted to show you clearly. And not with the white, definitely not with the white. I wanted to do it with this mixed color that we did. Okay, so that way the curls are looking different. The way this hair is, it's a little, you know, splitted or falling apart, and this is in slightly in curves. So in that way, it is slightly different, and I do not want it to show totally pronounced. So I will blend them in if it is showing totally pronounced in some sections. Okay, I guess that's it here. Um, okay. I I think it looks fine for me to proceed to the other sections now. Okay, let us go back to cleaning up the brush. So we are ready for some titanium white. We need now good titanium white, yeah. For the moon, and also for Ganga. What is Ganga? The water, the river. Okay, she sits on top of his head. I need some pure titanium white because I have been mixing colors left, right, and center. I don't have them. Let's look at the time. How are we doing? Good. Yes, so we finished the snake and we finished the hair, and let's come down to work on other areas. Okay, so I take pure titanium white to now go one more round on the nice little moon. So there is moon sitting on his head. Okay, and there is Ganga sitting right on top of his, pouring from the top of his head. Let's get her flowing there. I'm just loading my brush and just going with strokes that are bold and just stopping right before the space where you see our dear little snake. Okay. I want to give an angle to that. I need, okay. I'm going to use that blue, uh, Prussian blue if I have some. Don't have it. Let me search for it. Yes, I do. Hmm. I just want to give a highlight angle there, not too much, a tiny bit. So I'm just going to dip my tip of the brush in the blue and just quickly go over underneath and give that edge there. Ah, yes. Yeah, I wanted that. Yes. Because it's really light versus light color. She isn't, Ganga isn't coming out so bright. Just helps to have that very, very little, you know, tiny thin lining that I'm giving of that blue. And that is giving one angle to the white that I added. Yes. So we did that. What else can we do before we hit the jewelry part? I want to use the dark brown tonality, that burnt umber tonality, to go over this angle of Damaru. Blend it in a little bit. Mhm. That is one thing I wanted to do. Another thing is to, what else did I forget? I'm just checking one more time. It looks clean here. Okay. I guess we can move slightly downwards here. The the conch, I've only put two kind of things that is, tying into a rope in the front, but there should be one in the back. I'm going to do that. Yeah, ever so lightly. So there is one in the back. Yeah, and that also holds on, and everything is placed right in the hip of Shiva. And going back to the darker tonality, the burnt umber black, I want to give a nice highlight to the horn of the bull. And also there should be just going to lighten it up here. And then have a darker tonality towards the. It's usually like this, isn't it? So we have a. It looks like a kind of, pour a hole there on the side of the animal. So I just wanted to do that. Okay. Here, sorry, I missed that on the camera. So I just did this one more time. All right. What else? I wanted few more strokes of fur on the on Shiva's clothing. Somehow I felt it could be a little more. So I'm just trying to add that. So once we are done with all this, it's easier for us to focus on the jewelry part. Yeah. Good. Nice. Yes. So this is done, and let's go back to now working on the jewelry as such. On the jewelry, we already have the jewelry filled with gold. It's dry, but it is still on a plumpier side, and that's exactly helpful for me to work on. And right now, I want to start working on the top portion of the jewelry, which is a crown. Yeah? Hmm. Good. So that's the crown. So for that, I need, I think we did the white dots, isn't it? So I need vermilion, which I already have. And I also need a bit of green, which is also there. So all I need is to wipe off my brush. So I'm going to do the vermilion circular dots. And this is again a pattern that I am drawing, so it doesn't mean that you need to copy exactly. So I do a kind of pattern. Any which ways, it's just out of creativity that I'm doing. You could follow the pattern on the crown in the picture if you want. I'm adding the red dots first, the vermilion bit first. Yes. And I think I will add that in the centerpiece on her earring as well. That marks the end of it. Here, it'll be here. Yes. Okay, fine. So let me go on to the green. I'm going to give some green dots here on the top. These are all again just patterns that I'm building on. You could do something different, decorate the way you want. Uh, there's no stopping to this. Ideas, you can actually experiment a lot with this, I would say. I do not want to give too much of green because she's wearing a green colored sari. So I'm just putting it on the topmost of her, dressing, and then I'm going to leave it like that. Hmm? So let me take now wiping off to go back to titanium white. I want to make a nice circle of titanium white around the green. Yeah. Right there. Yes. Okay, that is helpful. And I guess I will do one more here on the top. Fantastic. And on her earring, white pearls. Done. Okay, and I'm gonna go back and fit in some white in between here so the green doesn't look too much of a stronger color here. And this was meant to be something, circular. So and in the hands on all we have, we decided to have only white. I'm just refilling whatever I did one more time in the hand, and think I will do the refill on these places as well. One more time. Nice. This was again another pattern that we did, so I'm just gonna refill that. A belt, wherever I did white, I'm just refilling one more time. Okay, time for some red, I think. A vermilion, that is. Yeah. Okay. Wiping off the brush to take vermilion. And I'm going to place one nice dot in the center. Where else can we do that? Okay, right here in the center. Nice. And should I give, it gives a nice impact on the bangle also, come to think of it. So I'm going to do that on both the bangles. I'm just loading the paint and dropping them there. Okay, that's giving a nice angle here. Fantastic. So that was about the jewelry here, but the jewelry on the animal, let's give him a nice center dot here with vermilion. And I want some pearls on his bells and so on. So I'm gonna go do that. Wiping off the brush to take titanium white. So I'm using that white dots to make nice pearl dots in the bigger ring that he has, bigger chain that he has. Ah, it is looking good. I'm doing that. If you are not convinced with the shapes or designs you want to rework, if it is dry, you could rework and add some more gold. I'm trying not to add more gold. I wanted to use whatever is there to see how far we could go. So I haven't taken gold at all in here. Okay, I think this is looking good. So we make a stop with the jewelry. Let's go back to the okay. So now the focus shifts to the trident. The trident has to have an angle to it. So I'm just going to add a bit of the burnt umber. Not too much, only very thin on the edge of it. Only on one side of the edge, yeah. So I'm just choosing this side to darken. Right. And I want to work on the whole trident stick itself because we did not do it, isn't it? We were working on other areas. Using the burnt umber if you want. There is gold already, so you can, rework on that if you want. I'm not too much, keen on um, shutting out the entire gold portion. I'm just using it still, but playing around with it. Slowly, steadily coming down. The trident is a long stick, so very, very carefully, because we have done a lot of work in every place, so it's a lot of detail that you don't want to damage. And especially when you come close to the bull here, it's already pretty white here. It'll show. So let's be just so ever so lightly, so slowly we go around. It gets thickened up. I think we didn't thicken it up enough. At least I painted over, I think. So I haven't thickened it up. So I'm going to do that. Hmm. Yes. Better. Okay, let me just bring the camera down so you could see the rest of it also. So I'm just going over the trident, yeah, fully, the stick fully, but I'm making it thicker when it comes to the bottom of it, yeah. Good. So it is done. It needs a very light white highlight. So what I'm going to do is to take titanium white in the tip of it and just go over ever so lightly, give a streak there, yeah, give a streak there. It doesn't need to be showing off really strongly. Uh, yes. Nice. So some more streaks here on this area. Mm. Let me just bring it down. We continue the streak upward. So I'm just adding that white streak ever so lightly, yeah. Yes. Yeah, good. I think we managed that. So I'm just looking for places to improve all the time. Okay. Where are we? I think we should make a stop with this. So today's session, let's just bring the canvas slightly away so that you could see how it looks overall. So today we were, if we had to summarize, we worked on the snake a little bit and try to, give a little bit more of the angle to the animal. And then we worked on Shiva and Shakti's hair, the Ganga, the moon, and also we worked on a jewelry a little bit, fancying it up, making it look brighter. And then we, also jewelry on the animal. We did that, and we came back to the trident and the damaru a little bit. So we have been around this picture for a while now, and it looks perfect for now. I'm just making this nice bindi, yeah, for the line that was missing. So that's also done, and we'll make a stop now with this session. And next session we will try to focus on the background. Yeah. And yes, like I always mention, do remember to share your comments, your feedback, your thoughts, concerns via email support at theglazedstudio.dk. Also, remember to share a picture of your painting if you have specific concerns on the way the painting is coming up, and if the painting is totally way off the grid from what we are targeting. Yes. Stay blessed, stay motivated, and stay happy. Let's meet in the next session. Bye bye.